this is. It look interesting. Like, what kind of bird is it? Oop, she rolled her head. She rolled her head. I don't know what kind of bird this is. It's intriguing. Anyway, back to my little video. I got a little sidetracked. Y'all know I'm a bird watcher on the low. But it's your girl Need to Be Watching. I know it's been a while. I've been out here just living life, freaking doing the thing. But I had to get on here and make a video about Sinners. Y'all, I love the movie Down. I'm about to go see it again, actually, but this time I want to see it in IMAX, because after I saw the movie, that's when I saw the breakdown of the 3 different ways you could view the movie. And I said, I have to go see it IMAX, because I was hearing so many opinions about how the experience was IMAX style. But I just saw it, the little regular, AMC movies. And it was a day that actually, I was like, you know what? I was supposed to go with my sister, but I was like, it was like 1 p.m. I'm like, I'm going to go to the movies by myself. I had a good time. Besides having to go to the bathroom, and that was the only thing where I was like, dang, this is the part where you wish you had somebody with you, because when you gotta go to the bathroom, you done missed the part. So the whole time I ended up finding out that I missed the scene with Grace telling her husband that they should leave. I missed that whole part. But anyway, I enjoyed the movie. That movie, it was more than a movie. It was an experience. Okay? It was an experience. It was not just a movie. To the point where I want to experience it again. Like, what kind of crack you put up in this movie where you leave wanting more? Like, you leave wanting to experience that feeling more. I don't even think Ryan Coogler knows, or his wife Zinzi knows, what type of magic or hoodoo of their own that they put up in that movie. Because during the scene where Sammy started singing, I felt like I was being tranced. Like, what the? But anyway, again, I love the movie. Certain key parts that I actually really loved about the movie, starting from the beginning. I love that he had the Native Americans up in there. And it was funny because the Native Americans, here they like, listen, we don't even like y'all for real, but we trying to help y'all because this is our earth. We can tell when something ain't right. They showed up. The message wasn't given, and it was funny because just like that, they was like, it's about to get dark soon. They about to F around and find out. Just let them F around and find out. We gotta go. And they was up out of there because they knew if the vampire already made it inside, it was a wrap. Anyway, what are we wasting our time for? They didn't want to listen to us. Let's go. We got other things to do. Get somebody else to do it. That's the vibe they was giving. Then as the movie went on, I enjoyed the feels of it being in the South, especially as a girl who has summers in the South, who has family who still lives in the South, who it was just reminding me of like past times, especially when you go from the North to the South. Like, it's such a big culture difference when you enter into the South, leaving the North. And I enjoyed that, seeing the brothers drive into there, and Michael B. Jordan. All right. You call. Do I need to say anything else? Because it was at one point in the movie, I forgot that Michael B. Jordan was not a twin. Because he played 2 different roles that good. Michael B. Jordan played the roles of Smoke and Stack so well, he had women picking which one was cuter. Like, that's how you know he played that role. But, alright. When you mention Michael B. Jordan, it's like a distraction. So, let me get back. Anyway. So, when he came into town and he picked up his cousin, and he mentioned, you know, to the cousin when Stack asked him, you know, did your dad lay hands on you? Because here, that must be a common thing up in that family. And he basically said no, because he may not have laid hands on him, but he was doing other things like discouraging him from his dream, putting fear into his heart, making him feel as though his gift was something the devil gave him. So I love that part of him rekindling with his cousins, because it just reminded me of going out south, seeing my cousins, and you know, like, what's going on, how the fam doing, and you know, it was giving that type of feel. I love that. Now, this is not going to be a too long video, because I already had a lot of reviews about this video on my TikTok. So if y'all interested in seeing that, you can look up Need to Be Watching on TikTok, Saint and Siren, if you really want the TT, because I'm not about to do this right here. But I'm still stuck on that freaking scene when Sammy started singing and the different cultures started appearing. That scene within itself was magic. The way that the blends of different music was coming in and echoing, and that one part where the voice was fading out and it started getting like deeper, and it almost started sounding like an actual language, and he was like, I bet, I bought. I was like, y'all, it was like that whole scene made you sit down and watch it. And then when the fire started bringing down the building they was in, it just reminded me of church growing up, Kojic, Pentecostal. And if y'all ever had that experience in church where used to be everybody be singing, people stumping their feet, it gets to the point where you start losing control of yourself because you just so into the spirit, and and then the church folks used to say it feels like fire shut up in my bones, where they just started, that was giving all the vibes of that. And I'm just like, dang, like, we really are in everything, and everything is connected. And I watched Queen's Poe review, and I love her content. I love her breakdowns. It was one point that she made that I didn't even think about, was when she drew the connection to The Color Purple, when Suge Avery went back to the church to see her father. And she said, sinners have souls too, Daddy. It was a part where, you know, when Sammy went back to the church, after seeing that, and when she mentioned that comparison, I was like, dang, I would have never even thought of that. But it made me even more happy that he left the church and he went on his way. It made me more happy that Sammy said, you know what, this is my life. I'm going to go out here and see what I can do with this gift. I'm not going to live in fear. I'm not going to live scared of what I can conjure up. I'm going to conjure up the things that's going to work for me and mine. I'm going to live and experience life, because even though in that one night, everything was lost to a lot of people, but a lot of people found themselves. A lot of people were free, because one way or the other, they all was going to die. The Klan already had a plan to come in and shoot up the whole place. One way or the other, they all was going to die. But would you rather have died being a victim or being set free? That sent chills to my spine, because I'm like, they all in one way or the other chose to be free, chose to live out the night. And when the sun came, yeah, they all passed away, but it was a cleansing. I'm doing that old evangelist face. It was a cleansing. The sun cleansed them, and they was free. Even Remick, when he looked up and his body started doing that spiral into the flame, it went back up. It did not go down. It didn't go into the ground. For those talking about he was evil, because even the most evilest things come from God. But y'all don't want to hear that. But anyway, that's my little short but sweet video review, movie review. Again, I'm probably gonna see it again, and I might come back with another one, because you know when you go see something again and it's like, oh, so I might end up doing that again. But y'all, always stay watching. Live your life. Don't allow life to dampen you. or to drain you. Be in the sun, bask in the sun. Go through your situations, whether good or bad, and know that a bad day is not a bad life. A bad day is not a bad life. So, thanks for tuning into my channel. Like, share, subscribe. Help your girl out. I'm going to try to be doing more content, when I feel inspired. Because your girl, sometimes I don't be feeling inspired. That's why I don't be on here. But thanks for tuning in, y'all. See y'all.